everybody, I am Liz and I am here to do a hopefully quick video about topics, either it's a plot or a character or a writing style for the author that just really turns me away from the book or continuing on with this series. It's really just the fastest way to nope me right out of a book, right away from a character. I won't mention any names, I won't mention authors, I won't mention books, but you might be able to pick up on some of it just by my sheer descriptions. So anyway, we'll start off with the 15 reasons to quickly nope me out of a story. And I will do these from descending order, so 15 is first, with basically you get a love interest. So it's books that don't necessarily need love interests and they just kind of throw it into the plot. Or if everybody is getting paired up in this story, almost unnecessarily. It makes me feel like Oprah. Like, you get a car, you get a car, you get a car, except for it's you get a love, you get a love, you get a love. So for 14, we have you're hot, so let's have sex right now. And I don't understand why authors think that it's okay for characters to just not be able to control their hormones. Like, they're in the middle of a public space. It may be empty, but it's not going to be empty forever. And these characters are like, you're hot, let's get busy right now, right on this floor, and be damned of the consequences, even if I have a significant other on the side. 13 is interdimensional plot twist. Because why not? You want to explain some backstory of a character even though we're 8 books in? But you don't know how to do that? You want to introduce some family? I don't know, we're going to say they're in a different dimension and they just all of a sudden popped open a gate and here they are. Maybe it was, because fairies? But I don't know, it was just weird. 12 is adult makes a child into a chosen one. This is a little bit different from Harry Potter in the sense where, at the least with the first 4 books, Harry is kind of thrown into situations and he decides to, do stuff with the situations. This is like out of the blue, completely like left field. Hey you're here, you need to do this. I am choosing you to do this because I want you to do this. And that, I'm like, dude, you're an adult. Find another adult to do it if you can't. Like, don't find a child to do that for you. Especially when it involves saving a kingdom. 11 is consistent, constant, whether it's self-shaming or fat-shaming, just the inner dialogue. Every page or other page or anytime the character's thinking about themselves or looking at themselves in a mirror, they have to make a comment like, I'm fat, or, ugh, why do I look like this? When there's no real reason for it. 10 is something that happens in so many romance novels. So many romance novels. And that is when a woman is not motivated or she just kind of pushes all her desires to the side because she wants to play it safe, or she's just a very weak character until she either finds a man or her man is taken away from her. So it's this introduction of a man that makes her be strong, and I'm not all up on that. 9 is when the dialogue of the characters really mismatch with their status. So you have a 13-year-old that really sounds like a 9-year-old, or maybe even an adult sounds like they're a teenager, or you have this guy talking overly masculine. It makes it cheesy and comical, and sometimes that's okay, but when it's the entire book, come on. Like, maybe you're an adult trying to write for a kid, or you're a female trying to write a male character, so maybe it's that disconnect where you might not be in their shoes, but like, come on. Like, why does it have to be so over the top? Question 8 is when the main character is a spoiled brat. They think that they are better than everyone else their age, to the point where there is such a disconnect between themselves and their peers that it's just ridiculous. And like, why? Why do I need to connect with you as a main character when you can't even connect with your peers? 7. 7? Oh, 7. We have a character, the main protagonist, who does something really shitty, like treats her friend, her best friend, like garbage, or her significant other like garbage. And they feel terrible about it the next day. They know they royally screwed up. And they feel bad about it. But there's no apologizing. There's no apology. They just assume that their friend's gonna forgive them. And they move on to the next scene in the story. No, apologize. If you feel bad, apologize. Say, I was a real bitch. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I don't know what came over me. Or I know what came over me and I'm going to not do this again, or I'm going to try my hardest to not let this happen again. Own up to your problems. Own up to your shitty attitude, please. Number 6 is when the writing is so repetitive or so descriptive that you feel like you've read 50 pages of just them crossing the plains. It's just so hard for me. I need something to keep me focused and grounded, and that's why I'm really nervous. Like, I don't want to throw anything out there, but that's why I'm really nervous about reading The Lord of the Rings, because I know that's how J.R.R. Tolkien writes his stories, and I do not want to hate the book because I love this story and I'm obsessed with the story. So maybe that's where the audiobook helps me. Anyway, we will move on to 5, which is creepy love interests. I don't understand how you can think this is okay. Like, I'm gonna set this character up with a cousin or with his grandfather's previous past squeeze love interest. Like, oh, it's okay, like, they're the same age now and there's inner time travel and it's okay. Now this seemed to be a problem in my childhood books. And that's where the sequel or the next book in a series just kind of comes from out of the blue, out of nowhere. Like, you're reading the first chapter and you're all, I don't know what the hell this is. Like, I can't connect this book to its predecessor. It makes no sense. There's no context, no recognition, no reflection, no nothing to the previous book. And so you have no idea what's going on. Number 3, which connects with number 2, but we're just going to go and specifically talk about number 3, because this happened in a book I have recently read, and I was so irritated. It was an issue where a male character, and I know this can happen with women too, it's equally frustrating and equally irritating, but a male character turns to a significant other, which happened to be a female, and said, "You're mine." Oh, I hate that so much. I hate it when you have any form of controlling aspect of a relationship where they feel like one person owns their significant other. I can't stand it. Oh, it is the biggest turnoff for me. And that includes, jealous boyfriends, like, to the point where they control them. They say who they hang out with, where they go, what they do constantly. I hate that. It drives me up the wall. Now, 2 is where you masquerade rape as consensual sex. There is a book, very, very popular book, where this happened because they were married, and I don't care. I don't care. If you take control and take over somebody and proceed to do any form of sexual contact, sex involved, that is either sexual assault or rape. There's no squeeze line in that. Now we get to number 1, the last one of this rant, tirade, whatever you want to call it. And that is when an adult turns to a child. I don't care how old this child is. You cannot, as an adult, no matter the circumstance, say your only choices are life as a soldier or hunter or warrior or death, or you are being put to death. When the circumstance they're in is a complete accident, like they didn't witness this situation willingly. They were in the wrong place in the wrong time, saw something they shouldn't have, and now have to decide whether they become a soldier for life or are dead, even though they didn't do anything but witness something happening. Like, they had no choice, no control over the matter. How is that justified? How are you supposed to be a good organization that helps people when you are giving children this ultimatum? It doesn't make sense to me. Maybe the story it's setting up for this organization to not be good, really, but I just couldn't do it. I had to put the book down. All right, so there we go. I'm done ranting, and I hope you enjoyed my rant about talking about the things that really tick me off, really irritate me, and either push my number score way down, prevent me from picking up the next book, or just making me let go of the book altogether. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I didn't step on any of your toes when it comes to books you like, if you picked out any of the books I was specifically referencing. And if not, again, I apologize. These are just things that really irritate me. Maybe you like them. I just don't. It drives me up the wall. I hope that this rant didn't deter you from my channel too much, because I would really love to start a conversation in the comments down below about things that tick you off, or maybe you disagree with me and would like to fight me on it. Well, let's do so in the comments down below. And I hope to see you next time. I really want to see your faces and start a conversation and all of that jazz. So I hope to see you next time, and I love you guys. I really, truly love your support. Thank you. And until next time, bye.